Well, colleagues, excellencies, I'm happy to announce that we can continue the interrupted proceedings, and it gives me great pleasure to call on Ms. Nusrat Ghani, Minister of State in the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office for the United Kingdom. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Distinguished delegates, in recent months we have all seen relentless attacks on energy infrastructure right across Ukraine, alongside the new offensive in Kharkiv. And at this pivotal time, we must remain united in defence and united in recovery, because so many tasks before us are urgent and a long road to recovery lies ahead. That is why last year we were so proud to host the Recovery Conference in London, where together we raised $60 billion in support of Ukraine. For our part, the UK announced a 3-year commitment of fiscal support, and in March we disbursed $500 million to help unlock a $1.5 billion World Bank loan. That will help some 13 million Ukrainians access essential services, pay pensions and keep hospitals open. In April, the Prime Minister announced a £3 billion multi-year military commitment to Ukraine as well. And last month, the Foreign Secretary announced £20 million of new emergency funding for the energy sector. We encourage other donors to channel funding quickly and flexibly to do similarly and help Ukraine prepare for winter as well. This takes the UK's non-military support to over £4.8 billion, including more than £695 million in bilateral humanitarian, stabilisation, recovery and reform assistance. Indeed, Ukraine receives more bilateral assistance from the UK than any other country. And because we know that investing in Ukraine's recovery and long-term reconstruction now is a smart thing to do, we're just getting on with it. We have disbursed £20 million to the World Bank's MIGA Shore Trust Fund to extend financial services to Ukrainian SMEs and provide war risk coverage for manufacturing plants and a logistics park in western Ukraine. Last year, we signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance collaboration of infrastructure. And in London, we launched several initiatives designed to lay the foundations for longer-term recovery. For example, the Ukraine Business Compact that has been handed over to the government of Ukraine, working with 600 signatories to improve inward investment. The Tech Bridge, supporting UK-Ukraine collaboration across trade, investment, skills development and innovation, making sure more people can be part of this vibrant sector. And the City Ukraine Hub, leveraging UK expertise to build capacity for managing public finances and establish new partnerships between businesses and government. I could go on. But in short, the UK remains a steadfast partner for Ukraine, and we will be with you for as long as it takes, and we will work together. There is no reason why we cannot build the peaceful, prosperous future Ukrainians want and Ukrainians deserve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and we very much appreciate the good preparation and cooperation handing over from the UK conference to Berlin. So thank you very much for attending our conference here in Berlin. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call on the European Investment Bank, and we are honored to have the new president, Nadia Calviño, here. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I am indeed very happy and proud to be representing the European Investment Bank at this so important conference. As the financial arm of the European Union, the top priority for the European Investment Bank outside the EU is Ukraine. We have supported the country very strongly and become one of the key investment partners to Ukraine, and we're ready to do more by implementing the Ukraine facility of the European Union, this €50 billion guarantee that will enable us to continue to support the country effectively. I recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Prime Minister Schmichel to accelerate the deployment of projects on the ground and accelerate our financial support to the country. And today, at this conference, I've been able to confirm that we are delivering on our commitment. We are really walking the talk. Here in Berlin, we have signed and announced several critical new projects and partnerships. First of all, Alongside our partners at the European Commission, we have signed new guarantees to Ukrainian banks to mobilise over €1 billion in loans for small and medium-sized businesses. And this support will have a special focus on war-affected SMEs, veterans, internally displaced people, female and young entrepreneurs, supporting the heart of the European economy and creating jobs. Secondly, we have also signed new financing to restore critical social infrastructure and essential services in Ukrainian cities. That means schools, kindergartens, hospitals, local transport and supply of clean water. When we're rebuilding, we're building back better, more resilient, energy efficient and modern infrastructures. We have already supported the rebuilding of 300 hospitals and social infrastructures in more than 150 towns and cities in Ukraine, and we're continuing to support these projects which are very close to the lives of citizens. Thirdly, we have signed agreements to significantly speed up projects and help the technical design of these projects, also providing support to Ukraine in the road to accession to the European Union. Actually, we signed today an agreement to bring to Ukraine the flagship technical advisory program of the European Union, Jaspers, very well known by all those countries that have joined the Union in the past years. Finally, we also signed a memorandum of understanding, a statement of intentions with the government of Ukraine and also the Ministry of Germany to support the deployment of renewables in Ukraine. Further to the concrete financing agreements we signed today, I've had the chance to exchange with the Ukrainian authorities on a calendar to accelerate the deployment of other projects that have already been approved by the European Investment Bank. This includes the financing of the high-priority 112 emergency call system that is prevailing in Europe to ensure the safety, protection and stability of citizens throughout Ukraine. Also, agreements and financing to reconstruct damaged railways and border crossings with European member states, the modernization of the Kiev metro and other key infrastructures. Finally, I announced, and I was able to announce, that we are proceeding and making progress with the setting up of a new €300 million pan-European export credit guarantee facility to support European Union SMEs that are exporting to Ukraine, and thus fostering and supporting private sector activity in the country. All these projects, all these agreements are preserving the stability, the resilience of the country now, and I hope very soon, once the war is over, we will continue to support the reconstruction and the path towards EU accession. The commitment of the European Union and its financial arm, the European Investment Bank, to Ukraine is unwavering. Ukraine is part of the family, it is an asset for the European Union, and we will stay by your side. We will stay by Ukraine, supporting you to achieve your goals, which are also our goals. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, Presidenta. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, this concludes our session. I hope to see you all at our Federal President's reception, and thank you very much for the contributions. The session is closed.